Actually, our package JSON, you can see the package JSON is having, you see, test framework is this one. This is the test framework. This is the testing library. Just DOM, just React, just user event. These are all related to just library. That means a testing related library is automatically added into the project when you create a project. If not added, because last session we saw Webpack, there we created manually. Then what you do, you install a testing framework. How to install testing framework? Nothing but you have to install 3 libraries. One is just DOM, another one just React, another one is just user event. So generally when you create a project, it's already there. And observe carefully this app.test.js, it is having testing already. It is having test already. So generally this is already having some option. This is a simple ready-made option it is having. I will show you how we will create the test, how to create the test, how to write the test, how to configure the test. Actually, in every testing framework, React test library is Ethernet testing. So we have what it is, Ethernet testing library / React. That is what we are having. That is actually it provides various methods for testing. It is going to provide different methods for testing. What are the different methods for testing is? It is going to provide different methods of testing is actually you have 3 phases: arrange, act, and assert. These 3 types of methods will be there. Arrange is nothing but, it is used to configure the component to test. Act means it defines what to test. Assert means it returns the test result, pass or fail. That's what actually 3 stages will be there: arrange, act, and assert. Arrange means you have to configure the test. Act means you need to define what to test. That means first you tell which component to test. After that, you tell in that component what to test. After that, you show the result. Is test passed or failed? 3 phases will be there. Testing contains these 3 phases actually: arrange, act, and assert. Actually, here difference is for that we have methods. We have a render method to arrange. We have a test method to configure. And we have an expect method to act. And we have like to be, to be, to be have lot of things. This is to assert. Assert means test, fail or pass. Actually, to be means to be a number, to be a string, to be a boolean, to be inside the document. Like that, hundreds of functions will be there. Hundreds will be there. We can use those functions here. Another one is, so we have get by. Get by functions also will be there to access any element from component to test. Another we have like screen to read a component on screen. A component to read a component content from screen. Like that, we have so many. We have like fire event. So this is to test events like that. Like that, we usually have hundreds of functions. There will be hundreds of functions like that. I will show a simple example for that. We'll see a simple example for that. A simple example is, suppose I'm creating one component. Let's create a component. I will add a new component. The component is some counter. That is the component. We have a new file, counter .jsx, counter.jsx. We will create a component. So export function component. This is counter. And it should return some presentation it is having. It is having a heading, some counter, and it is having some content, like suppose paragraph, like some total number of visits, views, like this we are having. Suppose some value is coming from constant count is a set count, and we have use state, and we have some one, and we are displaying total number of views. I'm just using a span here. Total number of views is coming from count. Like this we are having. Now what we want to do is, we want to test this component. What we want to test is, according to client requirements, this component should have a link, or this component should have a button, or this component should have a title, or this component should have a element with some ID. That means all these rules are important. That means according to our documentation of project, a component is designed. The same document is used for testing. Our testing people will verify whether what mentioned in that documentation is same there or not. Everything. That means even we have to test colors, even we have to test the styles. That means if error is shown in red, is valid shown in green, everything we have to test. That's the reason hundreds of test cases will be there. Thousands of test cases will be there. Generally, how to add a test file for this? Actually, so for every component, the test file is added by using extension dot test dot js, or we can use dot spec dot js, depends, both are